Okay, am I back? Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Mic testing 1, 2, 3. My OBS went red for a quick second over there. Okay, I'm back on. I don't know what happened. Can you follow me? No, I can't. Sorry. That's not how following works. Okay, I just need to reconnect my stream elements. Biltong's so good it crashed the stream. Yep, that seems like it. Alright, can I reconnect that? Reconnect, please. There we go. Everything seems to be back to normal. I don't know why. Oh, sorry guys with the eat. Just knocked me straight up. Yeah, my OBS went red for just like a few seconds over there. I'm not sure whether that was my internet crashing or whether that was OBS crashing. Because it says dropped frames 0. So, yeah, not sure. Okay, I just gotta check something real quick. Why is that saying loading train assets in the bottom left? That's weird. Which version of CCI are you using? My reconnect is bugged. I'm using the latest version, which is available. You can do hold shift and click on the reconnect to reconnect all of the stuff. Right, so we got the 2 stacks of sand. Sand singularity is complete. Now I'm going to make a that'll do singularity resource generator. So to make one of these, we need 6 blocks of that'll do. Yeah, so just try holding shift, and that should work. That was the first time I didn't know about that. Sabi told me about it, that you can do that. Okay, so we had 6 blocks of that'll do, then we need a that'll do crafting table. Cat shrunk me. Now I need to go closer to access my terminal. Thank you very much, cat. I am tiny, indeed. Okay, I need to get a couple of furnaces. Oh, I'm back to normal. Pocket Deathshot. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Wonder if the acid thing is from the shaders. Which one? The shaders are behaving a bit weird for some things. No, the loading train assets, that is my hype train. I don't know why it's not loaded yet. Maybe I should try refreshing that browser source. Trying to refresh it. Yeah, you know when there's a hype train, there's like that small little train that pops up at the bottom. Okay, everything's back to normal. I need to make another drawer. Actually, I can use the one that I have underneath. I should probably make myself an axe. Now that I have plenty of wood. I also want to get one of those hard fiskers. So that's going to need us to fish a little bit. Hopefully we can catch a cod. Because I believe drying the cod gives you the hard fisker, if I'm correct. I see some particle effects. How long does it take on average to catch a fish in Minecraft? Anyone have the number of seconds? Yeah, invisible fishies. I'm not seeing any. But then again, the last salmon that we caught took about a minute or so. Oh, we got a puffer fish. Oh, the stream code has gone live. Okay. I'm getting a second notification for that. I just want to catch one cod, because if we get one, then I can probably get a quest for that. There we go, got it. Oh, actually, might need to get 2 of these, because I need one for the raw version, or 3 of these. I think I'll do that later. Put this away for now. You can go away as well. The next thing is going to be getting the dust. We need 2 stacks of sand, and we can convert that into dust. Technically, you're creating life in Minecraft with the fishing pool. With the fishing pole, yeah. That is true. Sleep. It's alive. I've created a monster. I've never actually seen that Frankenstein's monster thing. I don't know what it's from. I've never actually seen it. I just know what the character model looks like. Oh, I got scared over there for a second. I thought I somehow managed to get past the border, but it's just that one block. This should allow us to make the dust singularity. Oops. Yeah, the animated one. You know, the one that has kind of like earplugs or something? I don't know exactly what that is. Dust quantum singularity complete. Okay, so we have plenty of sand. Now I think the main limiting factor is that we're not moving the sand fast enough. Oh, neck bolts. Yeah. I keep forgetting whether that's in the neck or whether that's in the ears. So yeah, it's the neck bolts. Okay, what else do I need to do for my quantum transmutation chamber? I don't think there's anything right now. So we need to generate some andesite for the andesite alloy. We have 39. That's not going to be nearly enough. I think it's time for us to start into getting some more. That'll do. So I'm thinking of making... How many singularities do we have? Cuboid singularity. How many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 5s are 45. 46, 7, 8, 9, 51. So there's 51 of these. So I need to make 51 resource generators. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to make 45 of them. Okay, that should be doable. Let's start with the that'll do crafting table. So that's going to need 45 chunks on each side. 45, 45. And then do I have the silica dust for this? Nope, I do not. For those of you who have played Cuboid Outpost, did you do the same thing, or did you go in a different way for the resource generators? Like once you have the that'll do you go straight for the that'll do resource generators, or do you work your way up? What is your preferred method of playing? Because we are going to need plenty of that'll do blocks. I think the neck bolts thing was done the older movies and just carried over from there. Oh, I see. Once you have that'll do, you usually use that. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Did one not so goodium, and most that'll do. 4 to 5 Vikidium. Okay. So what I think I'll do is I'm just going to focus on making some that'll do ingots. Turn them into blocks. So how many blocks are we going to need for 45 of these singular resource generators? It's going to be 45 into 6. That's 270 ingots. 270 blocks. And multiply that by 9, which is 2430. That'll do. That's quite a bit. $2,430. You make all the resource gens out of that'll do. I think that makes sense. Just make a furnace array. Should I do that, or should I just go into iron furnaces? Because with the iron furnaces, what you can do is... Oh wait, hang on, for that we're going to need some iron. Never mind, that's a whole different ball game. But with these, what you can do is you can automatically input and output. So what you could do is, instead of having a hopper over here, you could have a furnace which would input from the resource generator and it would output into the drawer. That would be really good. Once I get some iron, I could start looking at that. For now though, I am out of coal over here. Like making a furnace array of 6. Why 6? Why not 8? The ore gens pipe into a furnace which goes into a compacting drawer for you. Usually take the furnace up to emerald because they don't need to be that fast. Yeah, fair enough. So I need some coal that goes in here. That should speed that up. Okay, so that's going to be 6 stacks, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's going to be 5 stacks. And I have 8 more. Okay, that should do. That'll be 6 stacks. Now I need to make a furnace array. This is going to be something that's passive generation, so we're not going to upgrade the furnaces too much. Although I could do that. You can make 2 coal singularities and auto input fuel. And singularity for that'll do. Okay, that is definitely possible. Basically have all the resource gens that need to be smelted going into a maxed out factory, energized smelter, and boom, infinite metals. Yeah, but then that needs the smelter and that needs power and stuff which we don't really have access to right now. I think what we should do is just go with the quests for now, and then in the meantime we'll keep the that'll do generating passively over here. So first things first is the crushed andesite, granite, and diorite. So we need 16 of each. And we can crush this right here. Is the factory upgrade in Cuboid Outpost? I don't think it is. You have the blasting augment, the smoking, the speed, and the fuel efficiency. Yeah, the factory upgrade I believe is a 1.18 thing. Oh, were you talking about Hickenel's message? Oh, okay. I got scared over there for a second because it said mining 48 blocks, but it seems like these are all unified. So did Mechanism 9 not have the ultimate energized smelter? Or smelting factory? Now you can sieve this to get some ore pieces. I think we need to do this. No, we need to get the gravel. If only we had a driveway to spread some out on. Nice. It does have its uses. It can be a good source of flint for one, and can be sifted later on to make more materials too. Sifting gravel will become a great source of material moving forward. You should consider making a gravel quantum singularity before long. Total gas means the add-ons that allow you to upgrade in world. The tier installers. There you go. Yeah. So we need to make some of this aggregate. Now I could use all of this stuff, the diorite, andesite, and granite to do that. Why is this? Oh, I see. So you can't make these resources until you get the flint mesh upgrade. Interesting. So we have to make the aggregate first. So I'm thinking, why not make as much aggregate as possible? If we can make 2 stacks of aggregate, that would be enough to get 2 stacks of sand, gravel, right? Yeah. Clay singularity, is that a thing? Yes, it is. That needs 64 blocks of clay. So we need 64 dust for that. Now we do have the dust singularity. I guess I could do this. Also, those installer things for iron furnaces were in 1.16, but you could only use one of them at once. Like you could only speed it up or turn into blast furnace and so on and so forth. I see. So those are the augments, right? So you could only use like a 1 speed augment, or the blasting augment, or the coal efficiency augment. Okay, now is there an automated process that we can use to turn this into clay? I know that I need to put it in the barrel and then get the clay out of that. Is there any way to automatically input water in here? You have one complaint with the mechanism factories. They are odd numbers, which means that when you do a stack, they don't go through them evenly. Yeah, so if you do the ultimate one, you put in a stack of 64, it's going to do 1 extra operation. Hey lemons! Was there a rabbit hole with the whole appearance of Frankenstein's monster? Think I should read Mary Shelley's book in English. Nice. Flopper. Nope, doesn't seem to be a flopper in the back. Is there any fluid cables that we can use? Maybe something... No, I don't think so. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Fluid pipes from there, not going to work. This is not going to work either. Yeah, I think I have to do it manually for now. Best you can do is a hopper with the dust in it and a hopper to catch the clay, then bucket the water in fast. Will that even work though? Like, if I put a dust in here, Oh, there we go. So I need to have a water source near this thing. Okay, in that case, I can just move this. I don't need to move this. I'm just going to remove this drawer. This was for when I did the leaves, compacting into dirt. So we don't need this anymore. I'll take this out as well. Now let's see if we can do this fast enough. What we basically need is going to be a barrel with a hopper. Like this. And then we can put another hopper in here. And now the dust won't go in here unless there's water. So it's going to be something like this. Is that working? Yes, it does seem to be working. Just bear with me for a minute over here while I try to get this done. At least there's no processing time on this. As soon as the water goes in, the clay comes out. That's like, I guess, a minor comfort. Time increase. Speed up. Alright, we're almost done. Like, almost one stack complete already. I think I'm destroying my pool, by the way, by doing this. That was the wrong placement. I'm trying to fill this back up. There we go. That should be back to normal, hopefully. Yeah. Does it actually ignore the Minecraft hopper cooldown? I think I'm not doing it fast enough to generate the cooldown. Because the hopper works in like 8 ticks, once every 8 ticks, and I'm doing the oak barrel once every, I guess, 10 ticks. If I do this twice per second. Yeah, I think I'm not fast enough for the hopper to outdo the hopper. There we go. We got the 2 stacks of clay. I think that was faster than I thought it would be. There's an ad starting soon. Sorry for the ads. Okay, but we got the 2 stacks of clay. So we should be able to make the singularity for that, right? I got up to a really fast speed over there for a second. Like I was clicking so fast, I couldn't even look in time to where I was going. Wow, that's a lot of singularities. And we made most of them today. Okay, oh, I forgot we need to get the clay. Where's the clay? Think you made 2 of the clay singularities? Did I? No, it's just 1. It's just 1. Look in the maker. Oh. How did I make 2 of these? Oh, it was 64 blocks, not 128. I just needed 1 stack. What are the singularities? The singularities basically allow you to generate infinite amounts of items. So once you make 1 of these, you can generate an infinite amount of the item that you're using. Yeah, it's the resource generation. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down here. Do we have a hopper in our inventory? No, we do not. So let's get a hopper. There it is. Oh, how did I manage to do that? There we go. If I put the clay singularity here, that should start making some clay. I'm going to get a couple of stacks out here. Because we need, how much do we need for this? 1 stack of clay blocks should be enough, I think. And we need to make some aggregate. So that's 1 stack. And we need 2 stacks in order to make the 2 stacks of gravel which we need for the singularity. Okay, so I need to figure out which item I have the most of. And I think that's going to be the gravel. So I need 16 gravel. I do have singularities for them, but I don't have the resource generators for them. So I only have this one. This was the last resource generator which I had left. And that's why we are smelting the that'll do ingots over here. So once we get enough of these, we can make more. Yeah, that was granite. You use the crushed granite along with clay to make the aggregate. And then you can use that aggregate in the drying cupboard and you can get the gravel. I don't remember aggregate being in Cuboid Outpost the last time I played it. It seems to be something new for me. I don't remember it. It doesn't trigger anything in my memories. Like aggregate. I don't remember it for some reason. I must have just like zoned out completely when I was doing this process. You only make it the one time? Probably that's why then. Because I do not remember this process at all. This is like, it's completely new to me. Okay, we have plenty of that'll do now. 304. So let's see how many blocks we can make. 33. Let's get 30 blocks because that'll allow us to make 5 of the thingies that we need. Now we just need to make the furnaces. Furnaces should be pretty easy. So we need to make 45 times 2, 90 of these furnaces. That's 42. No, that's cellulose. Do we have any spare Vicidium? I suppose so, yeah. We do have 292 chunks of Vicidium. What is that for? I do need to make plenty more furnaces. No, it's chunks, not ingots. I have 529 not so goodium ingots. I wish that would be useful for something. But it doesn't appear to be. Let's see, I need to make more furnaces. So I guess I need to get these chunks used up. That's 45. So we need 45 more furnaces. Because each of the resource generator needs 2 furnaces. Okay, for now though, because we have 30 blocks, which means we can make 5 of the generators, we need to get 10 of the furnaces. We can put the rest of them away for now. That's 4. So we need plenty more. 8. Alright, we're almost there. Almost there. I should probably do another few stacks. You have a cat perched on you? That sounds like an amazing experience. I wish I could have a cat perched on me. Alright, we're missing 2 ingots. Come on. There we go. We got the 2 ingots. This will allow us to get 5 of the resource generators. Hover over the cured flesh. No, I have not eaten it yet. I have to eat the cured flesh. I'll keep it over here in my inventory so that I don't forget. There we go. So that should generate all of these resources that we need. Now, do I need basalt for anything in particular? Like, is this necessary for something? Oh, no. Oh god, Zulu.
Time for hunger.
Okay, if you say so. Thanks for the 100 bits. Hey, there we go. What a unique flavor. We've gained 2 hearts. Oh, cat, thank you for feeding me. I managed to eat the cured flesh just in time, though. Oh. Thanks for the thunder. Oh, I am losing health. I just make the singularities because why not? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So the reason I'm asking, because if there's no use for basalt right now, I'll probably put the dirt over here because dirt is much more important to us than basalt. Kinda helping. You did help. Wow, this is slow. Why do I not make an axe? Don't axe me. Yeah, I have no use for the block right now. That's the main issue. So let's get the dirt, andesite. Andesite is going to be really important. Blackstone, we can get diorite. And where's the granite one? So these 5. I think those are the 5 that are down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 5 hoppers. Oh. I only made 3 hoppers. Blackstone for stone tools. Yes, I think blackstone can be used for cobblestone as well, right? Yeah, I think so. Yes. Yes, you can use blackstone as a cobblestone replacement. So that is a good thing to have so that we don't need to use that for... we don't need to use the chunks and the silica dust for furnaces anymore. We can just do this. We can just take the blackstone from here. I'll put this over here. I'm not going to make a generator for it right now. Alright, andesite, dirt. What was this one? Granite. Blackstone and diorite. So these will keep generating slowly but surely. Perfect. Make a stone axe. Okay, that would be a good idea. Just no upgrades and... Oh, I see, I see. Okay, let's make a stone axe because I'm tired of having to break all the wooden stuff with my hand. Let's see. What's next? That's the question I always have with this pack. What's next? There's always something to do. So we need to make the gravel, right? We got the gravel from here. So that's the quest complete. Now, should I do the flint? I don't think I should do this because I want to make the singularity first for the gravel. Because this will allow us to make infinite amounts, right? So we need to make one more of the that'll do thingy. And we have the furnaces. I wish I had auto crafting for this. I need another hopper though. Let's just put this down here. Okay, I can do that. It's called search item and insert from JEI. Yeah, but that takes so much effort. You know how lazy I am, King Zulu. I would have to move my mouse all the way over here. I would have to type in the word. I would need to look up the recipe. I would need to go and put the plus button. That takes so long. Okay, we got one stack of gravel. Let's make some flint from this. We're doing it by moving all the items to it anyway. Stop making sense, right? We don't do that here. Right, how much flint do I need for the flint mesh? I do need the flint mesh, right? So we need 6 of these per string mesh. So we need 6 times 16. Yeah, imagine bringing facts to a conversation. Like, who does that? So we need 96 flint. So that's going to be 96 times 3, 288 gravel. 288. $64 plus 32. Oh, 96. Yeah, I got so confused over there for a second. So this is going to be 64 flint, right? So I need half of this for 32. How much is that? So 1.5 stack more. Wish I could do math in my head. It's not easy for me. There we go. I think that's enough. You have the number stuck in your head from all the sieving. Yeah, I can see that happening. There we go. We got the 96 flint. So we need to remove all of the meshes that we have over here. Now, is there any particular use for string meshes other than upgrading them to flint and sieving? Like, is there anything that requires a string mesh? Nope. Okay, perfect. That's good because I hate string meshes anyway. They're really bad. Okay, string mesh to flint mesh. 60. Perfect. See, Zulu, I did the JEI thing which you told me to do. Yeah, apples are not really nutritious, are they? Is there any way to cook these or something? I could do the apple cider. Ooh. Oh, that needs sugar. I don't think I have sugar. I think that was only a 1.12 thing where you had to use lesser meshes for certain resources. Nice. Make the juicer, you say. The juicer. Now, how do you make that? That is this one. So that... Ooh, that gives you fruit punch. Nice. Okay, this needs 4 bricks. I should do that. I should do that. Don't shush, Toligas. He's giving me important information. Apple juice is 2 apples and almost as good. Apple juice. Okay, there's 2 of them. Oh, that's pineapple juice. So this is... Wait, is there different recipes for that? Because I saw this one, which is fruit punch. And then apple juice is just 2 of these. Oh, and this gives you 11 saturation. Okay. Okay, that's actually not that bad. And we use 1 less apple, so might as well do that. 20 of these. And I guess this apple can go away for now. Did I fill up my storage? I did. You need to unlock the food thing with a spider eye. Yeah, once I get a spider that eye, that'll probably do it. Make at least 1 punch for the hearts. I think I'm going to focus on the hearts later. Because I'm really trying to focus on this part right. Ouch! Cat, why? I'm trying to focus on finishing up these things today. Get this early ore stuff and the gravel and sand bags. What? Sand bags? Sieving sand will give you a few more interesting things. Why not try your luck with at least 16 blocks of sand and see what happens? Okay, let's do that. Dig down for diamonds. I wish I could. Now he has a punch. There you go. Cat, you're so thoughtful. Okay, so what do we need for this? The first thing we need to do is sieves, crushed andesite, crushed granite, and crushed diorite. So I'm going to get 1 stack of each of these. 1 stack of sand, 1 stack of gravel, 1 stack of diorite, andesite, and granite. Right, now we need to crush this. Now, is there any faster way of crushing this? I guess I could do the auto hammer, but that needs the pulverizer. But I mean, we're not using the pulverizer anyway. Is there a quest for this? This is the auto sieve. Now there's no auto hammer recipe, or like there's no quest for the auto hammer. I don't see any. Do you guys see an auto hammer quest? Auto stuff isn't really helpful until you want to automate other things. Okay, we can do other things. Right, now if I do a compressed diorite, right? Is that even a thing? Yes. So if I do a compressed diorite, can I hammer this with a compressed hammer and it'll be fine, right? Placing down compressed stuff is so much faster. Okay. So if I make 1 compressed stone hammer, then this should be a little bit faster. Let's get a bit more compressed. Let's get some more blackstone. We pretty much make the auto sieve for the quest. 16 sieves can go faster. Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh, I can't use the blackstone for the stone hammer. That's annoying. How am I supposed to make this then? Do I need andesite? Probably. That's what he said most. That's fine, that's fine. So we have 1400. I think we have the most andesite. I need to clear my throat. I could probably make the builder's wand. What I'm going to try though, to make 10 or no, what, 8 stone hammers, we need 16 andesite. Andesite, diorite, and granite have been ore dictionary together, so I think I should be able to use any of them. Hey, talking to Tide. Gluggle up? Okay. If you say so. Just for you. Let's gluggle up. Thank you. Andesite is more valuable because create mod. Yeah, but I also had the most andesite out of all the stuff. So we're pretty much at the same level now. So if I compress this, right, that's 7 blocks, 7 blocks, and 7 blocks. Oh, that's gravel. I don't want to compress the gravel. There we go. That was a good gluggle. I love that word. It sounds interesting. Gluggle. Now for these three, do I have a different hammer? I do not. Just gluggle it. No more stone hammers. Alright, I'm going to save all of this and see what we can get from this. So we got sugarcane, we got cactus, we got bamboozled. I think that's all the stuff you can get from sieving sand. So sugarcane, cactus, salt, bamboo, and cocoa beans. Ooh, cocoa beans is good for brown dye. Now let's sieve some gravel. We should start getting some. Yeah, there we go. Cinnabar, sulfur dust, and what else? We got some lapis. We got some niter, apatite. Can you eat cocoa beans? Nope. There's no eating them. I got plenty of flint though. Yeah, I can use them to make cookies. That is true. Alright, we got 16 nickel ore, and we're just one short for the copper. Just one short. Can you believe it? Alright, so we got the 16 tin ore. And we got 15 zinc, so we have one shot on the zinc as well. Perfect. Need at least one cookie for the gluttony charm. Yes. I think you need 4. Is the other dimensions one chunk too? I'm not sure. I haven't seen them yet. Okay, so silver and aluminum, or aluminium as it's written over here, we have enough. But I think we need to crush some more stuff. Crushed andesite and granite. Okay, so andesite, I'm going to get 9 of these, and I'm just going to compress these and use the hammer. Gluttony charm is really good. It's one of my favorite charms. After the sleep charm, the gluttony charm is my favorite. So good. There we go. That is complete. And this one is also complete. So we've got these 3 quests done. This will give us access to zinc, copper, and what is this? Aluminium. Do you think the challenge is hard or just the same as normal? That's difficult to say. It depends on how I progress through the pack. Like right now it's pretty easy because I haven't got into the difficult parts of this pack. But once I get there, it'll be a challenge to try and maintain everything within one chunk. The new Stormblock 3 has Avaricia just like the first 2. Great. Can't wait to get started with that, he said, lying to himself. Isn't Avaricia the mod that makes it really difficult to make some stuff? Is your goal just getting to the overworld? Yeah, pretty much. Finishing up the pack. That is my goal. Like the Avaricious stuff, even though it can be a pain to get. I mean, that's the point of the mod, right? To waste your time. Avaricious has the armor that makes you immune to the /kill command. Nice! I did not know that. No creative vendies? I mean, how difficult is it to make the creative vending? So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the near infinite ones, 2 emerald singularities, some of the ultimate ingots. Now these are made using all the singularities with some crystal tin. That's not too bad. What about this? This might be difficult, getting all of these ultimate ingots. But it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. I think we might do this. We might do it. It depends on how I play the pack. I'll check the crystal tin. So is there a different recipe than normal? Oh, this is pretty much the same recipe. Yeah, I've done this before. Not a big deal. Nether stars are pretty easy. There is industrial foregoing in the pack, so we can just use the wither builder to make withers. And we can put it on a timer and use the mob crusher. Just need to make 2, then have a draw give you infinite ones. You just need 1 Totegas, you don't even need 2. If you have 1 creating vending upgrade, you can get infinite. Yep. Hey Tide Ghost. Locking is OP. Totegas, did you not know about that? I can show you guys if you want, if anyone wants to see how to do it. You always think you need to upgrade the drawer then pipe on it? No, check this out, check this out. I'm gonna cheat it in to show you guys. Okay, so we get a drawer and we get a vending upgrade, right? Just going to get a hopper as well. So you do a hopper like this, you lock this, put the creative vending upgrade in there. Oh, I made a mistake. You need to unlock it first. So you put the creating vending upgrade in there. Now you lock the drawer. And then you remove this. So you now have this locked drawer with the creative vending upgrade. And then you right click it in and you have an infinite amount of these. There you go. That's how you do it. Alright, hopper delete, oak drawers delete, draw key delete. You only need to do 1. I learned that from Wimping Ego, or when he was streaming on Twitch. Don't know why I didn't think to use the wither builder before, because I just did the vanilla way and it took you 2 months to do it. Wow, that's a long time. That is a long time. Alright, now we need to get the ingots. So, is there any way to ore double this? I can use the smusher. And I guess I can use the pulverizer, right? Yes. So I think I'm going to use the smusher because I have it on me. I love the fact that you can just cheat that in with like 1 draw. You can just do that. Singularities for those chunks. Yes, there's singularities for all of these. You don't know what reason your world crashed without backup and there's 5 months of grinding wasted. Wow. That is a feels bad moment if there ever was one. That really is sad to hear. Okay, I can do this. Did you play any mod packs until now? Was that your first mod pack? Only thing with the Wither Builder is you either need to put it on a timer or have a accumulator close to collect the drops from explosions. Yes. So what I normally do is I take an RF Tools timer. I don't know why I typed RF. Oh, but there's no RF Tools timer in here. So I might need to use one of these signal timers. But basically you want to set the timer to 5 seconds approximately. I tend to keep it on 6 seconds because that gives you a little bit of an extra time. You played many mod packs before, but Cuboid was the first mod pack you enjoyed and really grinded for the end of it. Yeah, I keep telling everyone, Cuboid is one of the best mod packs ever made. It's just really interesting. Just put a accumulator near it and just let it do his thing. So there's one problem with that. Like you could actually block your system if you don't set it up properly. Like you could get extra stuff in there while the wither is being generated. No mod pack has singularities that give you infinite materials. That's true. That's true. Make a small furnace array. I mean, do I really need one? I would need to fuel it all with coal and stuff and all those things. Gets exploded with the wither already generated. Yes. It's just hoppers? Yeah, but then I need to fuel all of them, right? That's not the easiest thing in the world. I'll make more of these that'll do blocks. There we go. 30 of these. Closest to the singularities were the resource trees in Sky Factory 4. Yeah. Okay, I need to make 10 of the furnaces. Okay, so we got 8. I just need a few more. Where's my that'll do? Come on. Smelt up quickly, please. There we go. We got a few quests completed. So that's, I think, all of these done. So we only need to make an andesite alloy now, or 18 of them. So combining nuggets of zinc with andesite results in a unique and useful andesite alloy, which will open the gates to rediscovering the wonders of rotational force. And it's the part 2, recovering the secrets of iron production. Okay. So let's do this. So we need to get some zinc nuggets. I think that's a lot more than I needed to make. But that's fine. So let's make some andesite alloy. Is this a challenge pack or something you're just challenging yourself with? I'm just challenging myself to keep everything within one chunk. Since you play a lot of mod packs, can you give me any mod packs of your recommendation to play that is like Cuboid? I don't think you'll find any packs that are like Cuboid. Hey, stop shrinking me. How do you make the zinc singularity? One of the packs that I did enjoy playing recently. Stop hitting me. We need 2.5 stacks of zinc to make the singularity. One of the packs I did enjoy recently was All the Mod 7 to the Sky. That was a pretty good pack. So you might enjoy that one. There we go. 32 andesite alloy. That should be everything complete except the hard fisker and the auto sieve. So in order to make this, we need to use the pulverizer. Yeah, any of the Opolis packs are also pretty good. Techopolis is a good pack. It's a bit hard, but it's a good pack. Ceopolis was one of the packs I enjoyed the most. Yeah, time for me to go fish. Not fish, but fish. Okay, so let's put this back. Don't think I need that right now. I need my fishing rod. Okay, is there any like techniques to get faster fishing done? I do have one cord. I would like to get one more. Jacopolis or Cavopolis are expert packs. Ceopolis is kind of mid-range pack, and most of the Sciopolis packs are easy. I did enjoy the challenge with Techopolis of doing the integrated dynamics thing. That was really fun. What happened to Mechanical Mastery? The pack was crashing on me. Every time I died, the pack would crash. Otherwise, it's a pretty good pack as well. Now, can you turn salmon into Hardfisker? Yes, you can. Perfect. Okay, I don't need to do this. Drawing cupboard. Sadness for the fallen Mechanical Mastery. Yeah, I hope that bug gets solved. If it does, then we might get back to Mechanical Mastery. It could be CCI integration. I have no idea because I was getting I don't think it was because I was getting a ticking entity issue, which is a known issue for them. Like they know that that's happening, and it's happening for people who don't have CCI. So I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but it's something to do with EMC links. CCI means content creator integration. It's what allows the chat to come up in game like this and for people to spawn stuff on me. For example, like, yeah, there you go. Zulu's on it. Alright, so I need to make an auto sieve, right? That's going to need some blocks. Oh, come on. King Zulu, why? Thanks for the 200 bits. Hey, don't drop my Hardfisker. Hi guys. Oh god. This guy just did an Assassin's Creed drop on me. What do you mean cheating? It's not my fault they're too big to come down here. See, that guy's stuck over there. Never mind. Never mind. Alright, I didn't hide. Hey, who shrunk me? King Zulu with the shrink. So CCI allows you to do all that sort of stuff. There you go, cat knows. Some of the greatest wars were fought in trenches. Thank you for backing me up, cat. Right, C2, 3, 4, 5. This goes here, and my food goes back in its slot. Have you checked out the encrypted mod pack? That's the one, this one is playing right now, right, Isaac? He's playing encrypted. Heavy pack, lots of mods, but fun. Gaming on caffeine. He's playing that right now. So we need some blocks of Vicidium, and that'll do for this. And then we need 3 glass panes and an oak sieve. Yeah, I think that's a good pack. We might give that a try. Okay, let's make a sieve. It's like the 1 to 12 alchemy pack. Ooh, nice. That might be worth giving a shot. Now that'll do smelting up, but I need some Vicidium blocks. So let's get some Vicidium. Cyberfuel Studios destroyed the pack. They progress so quickly. Nice. Yeah, hang on. I'm just going to remove that. Get 10 of these. Put them in there. I've never actually seen Cyberfuel Studios videos. I should probably check them out. Except instead of starting in a world made of white and grey antimatter, you are in a simulation. Nice. Are they playing Mechanical Mastery right now? Even more of a reason to check them out then. Right, I just need one more block of Vicidium. Who are your favorite go-to guys for modded Minecraft on YouTube? Like, who do you guys like watching the most? Is there anyone in particular whose videos you must watch no matter what? Definitely Threefold. Yeah, I'm watching Threefold playing FTB Inferno right now. I don't even like the pack that much. I just like watching Threefold play it. Ethos Lab, System Collapse. Good names, good names. Etho is one of the OGs. Didn't I put the volume down? Why is that still playing so loud? I'm just going to mute it completely. Direwolf is one that I watch every single day. Direwolf uploads at 4:30 PM for me, which is exactly the time when I get some tea and take a bit of a break. So I love watching Direwolf 20. Cat watches Esjin and Call Me Kevin. I love watching Call Me Kevin. I love how he destroys every single game that he plays. Like Nick and Isaac, but their videos are too long. I guess that makes sense, yeah. I mean, Isaac records while he's streaming, right? Rage Plays is pretty good. I watched most of the stuff that I learned from Mechanism was from Rage Plays Gaming. Dr. Rage. Yeah, Call Me Kevin is just really hilarious. Always fun, always fun. There's this new guy, I think is Lengesh. Okay, I've not heard of that. Yeah, that's the videos of the streams are too long. Oh, nice. Recently he's breaking Create. Yeah, Rage is pretty good on how-tos. I learned most of Mechanism version 10 from him. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Okay, so this chapter is complete. It's like completely complete. So the only thing remaining in this one is the food. So let's go to the next one. This is getting creative. Watching Minecraft mod packs are your daily routine now. Yeah, pretty much the same for me. There are a few people that I have to watch every day. Direwolf is one of them. Threefold is one of them. The off-putting thing with Direwolf for me is that he doesn't really focus on aesthetics. His base is always such a messy one. Yeah, that's true. Like, I'm not really a builder myself, so I don't mind too much. But I can definitely see it being like some people getting put off by it. Okay, so I think the next one that we have to do is create, because we need to get iron nuggets from this. Cyberfuel upload every day in 40 to 50 minutes. That might be worth giving a watch, actually. Now that you've got andesite alloy, they believe they've got a creative method by which you can start producing iron. I'll be honest, it's not what I would have expected, but I think you should stick with it. After all, iron is such a useful and versatile material, you're definitely going to need to get a handle on it. I like Ectowing, Cyberfuel, System Collapse for the foreign packs or entertainment, and often Mischief of Mice and Rage Plays for info. There you go. I watched System Collapse's recent videos on All the Mod 7. I think he's done some stuff really well, but I disagreed with him on the way he set up his P2P connections, because he said that there's no need to do a single controller for a subnet to move your channels, and I disagreed with him because he didn't use the P2P correctly. He did his P2P only on the outer edges of one side. He didn't use the inside channels of the controllers at all. So I was like, if you need to use those channels, you have to set up a subnet. Otherwise, you can't do that. Alright, so we need to get 4 nickel plates and a propeller. I'd rather watch Etho build something good looking and going through the pack when needed. So there's like a difference in the way people like to watch videos, I guess. Like some people like watching people build, and some people just want to see the progression. I guess is that case of like one person cannot just entertain the entire world. Like there's always going to be an audience for some people, and there's going to be an audience that doesn't enjoy the same people. Deadshot stream, but Deadshot is only commentating and a friend is playing the game. I don't think you guys would be interested in that. I'm not a really good commentator. Okay, what was I doing? I needed to make some nickel plates. How do you make the plates again? Nickel plate? I can use the smusher. Okay, that's easy. You'll build these fancy machines but sleep in a dirt hut. That's true. That can be a bit off-putting sometimes. I like people that every video they get something done. Okay, that's good. Do you guys watch Chosen Architect? That's one person who I also watch every single day. Yep, Lemon says yes, Tide Ghost says yes. Yeah, so Chosen Architect has got that building aspect in a mod pack down, because he is not just someone who can progress with his pack, but he can also build really well, and that is something I aspire to do in the future. Put nickel bar in slot 1, then press Q, then 3 times spacebar. What is that gonna do? Wells Knight is a pretty good player. He's a hermit from Hermitcraft. Okay, let's make the propeller. Watch Mrs. Wells Knight and C8 Sun. Okay, so we got the propeller. Now we need to make some cogwheels. Oh, I forgot these are going to be the old recipes. These are going to be the old recipes for cogwheels. So we need to make 1,000,000 buttons. Man, that just like my heart broke just a little bit when I saw that recipe again. Because I've gotten so used to the shaft and plank. I'm actually watching H2O Delirious play Grounded right now. It's pretty fun. Grounded is a pretty good game. I actually might give it a shot on stream. If you guys would like to watch. Right, so we need some andesite casing, a wrench, a shaft, and moving up a gear. Okay, so we need 8 shafts. That's easy enough. Definitely. Might give it a shot. Would be willing to do a multiplayer too. Oh, that would be fun. Now, I have not heard too much about the multiplayer aspect. Like, is it a drop-in, drop-out thing where you can just join someone else's game while they're playing it and continue the game by yourself? Or is it like, if you start a co-op, you have to stay in the co-op? Used to watch Chosen, but he got snippy because he told someone in his stream a pack he was playing didn't have a quest mod, just the achievements. And he went off on a rant about quests. Okay, I guess that's... It is what it is, right? Some people, they do stuff like that. Is drop in, drop out? Nice, nice. Yeah, the quests are pretty good. Quests are pretty good. They help me progress quite a bit, yeah. Like, I can get lost sometimes without quests. So I definitely love having quests. Okay, so the only good thing about Create's old recipes is that the andesite casing can be crafted. There we go. It's like you have a goal every time you play it. Yeah, there's always something to do, isn't there? There's always something to do in this pack. You seem to think you were saying achievements were bad and you were just factually answering a question. So it's probably just a case of miscommunication then, Todegas. If I did a multiplayer, I would only play when you're online, as it would be a mainstreamer world. Don't want to do too much progression without. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I got used to the new recipes. They're much easier. Like, except the andesite casing, the new recipes, like a cogwheel is just 1 shaft and 1 plank. A large cogwheel is just 1 shaft and 2 planks. So it's much easier, isn't it? And I think the main motivation for the new recipes, by the way, is so that they could have all the recipes inside the 2x2 crafting grid. And because what they want you to do is not have to use a crafting table, but instead they want you to do all the smaller, simpler crafts in the 2x2, and then for the bigger 3x3 crafts, they want you to use the mechanical crafters, these ones. Lashmack is a good one. I haven't been watching him recently because he's doing direct tech and I don't like direct tech, but otherwise I watch him. Oh, the one which you were saying earlier? Oh yeah, Lashmack. Where's my nickel plates? But I swear I made 4 nickel plates. Where are they? Hello? Oh, I use them to make the propeller. No, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I use them to make the propeller. Threefold talks so calmly. He does. Did Gray make Gregtech? No, he didn't. He didn't. Okay, so we got the create wrench. Yeah, I used the nickel plates to make the propeller and then I completely forgot about it. Okay, so we need 1 more nickel plate in order to make the engineer's goggles. Dude, Gigzulu, I don't even think Greg likes Gregtech so much. He just likes torturing me by saying Gregtech. I don't think he likes it too much. Okay, I need 1 glass. Okay, let's make 2. I just need some silica blocks. Remember Gregtech stuff in Sevtech ages? Oh, good thing I didn't play that pack. Is it me, but every mod pack videos you speed up to 1.25x? I watch them in 1x, so I cannot say it's me as well. I like to take my time watching mod packs. Right, now engineer's goggles, we can just put them on. Should I put them in a head slot? I can't, apparently. Oh, there's no curio slot for these. Oh my god. I forgot that engineer's goggles didn't have a curio slot back then. Sometimes it's difficult to remember, like when you're playing different versions of mod packs, it can be difficult to keep track of what stuff was missing in older mod packs until you watch it happen. Watch every video 1.5 but made a promise to not use YouTube this year. Oh. That might be difficult, but I commend you on your effort. If you manage to do that, then I commend you. Yeah, that's a big disadvantage because you can't wear any armor if you have the goggles on. Alright, so we got the fan. Now what do we need to do next? We need to make a water wheel. So far so good. Nice. Multiplayer has two options, standard or shared world. Okay, so what's the difference between the two? In a shared world, can you like share resources with each other, and you can't do that in the standard world? Right, so water wheel is going to be some slabs and the large cog wheel. Standard is basically hosting it on one person's computer. Okay, so if I made a world, I would need to host it. One person has to be online. Okay, perfect. Okay, how many water wheels do you guys think I should be making? I also need to get some kelp. Shared is online, no backups, and is saved online. So do you have to pay for that, or is it like part of the game itself? When you pay create on Cuboid, you just gave up because it was your first time encountering create and you just got confused and brute forced your way into the singularity. Nice. Two options, both free. Okay. Make 4 wheels. Okay. That's going to be 2 of them. We need to make a few more slabs. Hello, Fox. How are you doing? I'm trying to sleep. There you go. Okay, so we have the 4 water wheels. Now I need to start producing some stress. I also need some kelp. So that's going to need an underwater or waterlogged sieve. And we should be able to get kelp from any sort of mesh. So how do you waterlog a sieve? Do you just right click a water bucket on it? I forget. No, that doesn't seem to be working. Aha, there you go. So you need to shift and right click. That works. The twerk mod is so good. Hang on. I have some sand over here somewhere. Wait, I thought I did. I might have used it. Oh, come on. Are you serious? I put this in the waterlogged sieve and then put it over here. Oh, twerking works on kelp. Nice. Okay, I need to separate one of these. Yeah, it still connects for some reason. I just need to get a little bit of kelp. 1 kelp seed. That's a 5% chance. So I'm hoping I get it in the first 20 sand that I sieve. But I have been very unlucky before. So, oh, there we go. As I say that. As I say that I'm unlucky, I get the kelp seed. This is what you need to do. When you want something, just say negative stuff about it. What is the mod pack? This is Cuboid Outpost. Cuboid Outpost Luxury Edition. Oh, I put the kelp seed away. Okay, we got the kelp. Now I need to grow it somehow. I might just grow it over here. Okay, why is this not growing? Luxury Edition just has a few quality of life changes and it has some building blocks. That's it. Sand? Why is this not working? Ah, there we go. This one works. Is there like a water block missing or something over here? It's possible. I think there's a water block missing over there. Let's check again. There we go, see? Needed to refresh the seed. Oh, maybe that's the case. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Odd bug, break the kelp and plant it again. Oh, it doesn't work properly from the seed. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. There we go. It's fixed though. How much kelp do you guys think I need for this? I'm just going to plant some more. We have 34, so I think that should be enough. I'm going to make 30 of these, or 32 of these into this stuff. Did you see the ghost we got on stream? I think that's from Coral Tombstone, the ghost. Let's save this. Oh, need to go up here. The that'll do is done. Let's do some more. The one where you were mining trees and chat thought you were insane. Oh, you mean the wandering trader one? Yeah, that was a little bit weird. But Toligas mentioned it, right? So that's just a wandering trader spawning and then immediately despawning. Ah. It is time for us to start generating some stuff with create. Now, we got the kelp, so we need to get the dried kelp and make the mechanical belt. Now, how many mechanical belts do we need? I don't think I want to do the full process for this because there's two different ways to do this. So one of them is where you continuously make it work, and one of them is a bit more manual. Can he spawn outside of the boundary? As per vanilla Minecraft rules, I don't think anything is allowed to spawn outside the world border. So I think he just spawned inside, and then because Cuboid's world does not allow wandering traders, he just despawned. I think that's what happened. Okay, now we need a hand crank. Do we need this? I think I want to make it just for the quest. And we might be able to use it for something. The other one isn't really worth. Yeah, I mean, once you get one nugget of iron, you don't really need any more, do you? Because then you just combine it with a chunk and you make like iron dust or something. I forget the entire process. Yeah, there's 4 different types of nuggets or dust. Let's make a gearbox. 1, 2, 3, 4 on andesite casing. That's the vertical gearbox done. What's next? So we have 2 different ones. At this point, you have everything you need to bulk wash gravel. Doing so will dissolve the gravel with a small chance of leaving behind flint, an iron nugget, or nothing whatsoever. There are 2 routes forward. Full automation or basic washing setup. The image above and the description up explain the more creative, fully automated version. Okay. And then what's the second one? To make a basic setup, you need a source of rotation force, some water, and an encased fan, half slab, and some blocks. Okay. You combine with one of the cuboid thingies. Yes. I don't think I need these speedometers and stuff right now, but maybe in the future. So I need to get 8 of these nuggets. So collect up a few iron nuggets from your contraption. We're about to see how to mass produce iron in a much more efficient manner. Alrighty. Okay, we should be able to do this. We've done water wheels plenty of times, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Now, if I remember correctly, you're supposed to place these like away from you. So if you place it here, the water source needs to be over here. Okay, so where do I place this? I'm going to get some blackstone. I don't have any place over here. Let's dig down a little bit. I think I'm gonna make a smasher or something. That'll do smasher. Okay, I forgot that AE2 had this problem with not being able to register type like inputs too fast. Okay, so we need to make a Wikidium smasher and then put it in a smithing table to get the that'll do one. I forgot that this is how you get it. Wikidium. So we need 18 and 119 Wikidium, don't we? Yes, 19 Wikidium. Put this in here. Once we get the smasher, we should be able to dig out a pretty small like area underneath over there, and we'll start putting the create stuff over there for now. And once I get like a decent amount of resources going, I'll try to see if I can like redo my base somehow. Because yeah, we're not gonna stay like this for too long. I can eat the kelp. I forgot that you can eat dried kelp. Have any of you tried eating kelp, like in real life? I think it's part of a Japanese food, right? Almost there. Also want to see what the maximum that'll do pickaxe has as a durability. I think it's still less than diamond. Yeah, nori. Kind of like nori. Why are you still burning? Because it's gold, not uncompressed gold. Okay, I need to make a smithing table. How do I make a smithing table again? Okay, so any ingots will work. Nice. Sometimes buy flavored nori snacks. How do they taste? I've never actually seen, like, I've never actually tasted them. Hey, Orange Bear, how are you doing? Guten Morgen, how are you doing today? I hope I find you in excellent health. Oh my god, this is so much faster. I love this. Getting ready for work. Nice. You don't wanna. I don't think anyone wants to work unless they love their job. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. I have made a mistake. I've made a big mistake. Not the greatest taste, but it's healthy. I guess that makes sense. Right, I need to get the not so goodium into my inventory over here. Make some of these chunks so that we can free up some space. And now for this, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'll just block this off. Okay, hopefully my torches from underneath are not like completely done out. Okay, I need to remember not to hit anything over there. I just need to make real. Hey Emran, how you doing? Which one is it today? Stayed up or didn't go to sleep? Or got up early? Oh, there we go. I've definitely missed out on some torches here now. These ones for some reason are still up. Got up a bit early. Nice. It feels nice to wake up early. Like you feel like you're getting things done, even though you're not. It just gives you like that nice feeling. Oh, I woke up early today. Okay, the water is going down. Yeah, let's not make this mistake again. Because water takes a lot of time to go downstairs. I think that's it. So we should have the entire thing lit up again. Just after the stream ends. Yeah, it's such a annoying thing, like time zones. You can never figure out exactly when to stream so that everyone can be happy. I wish I could. I wish everyone was in the same time zone as me. Didn't sleep for very long today. But are you feeling fresh though? That's the main thing. Like even if you don't sleep for too long, as long as you feel fresh, that really helps. Okay, why is there a red spot here? Can mobs spawn on the sieves? Does anyone know? Just stream 24/7. Yeah, I'd love to do that. You feel alright. Well, I guess that's better than feeling bad. It's something, I guess. How's the mod pack going? Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I mean, we have played through the pack before. Like, not on stream, but I have played the pack before. So we're doing a one chunk challenge. So I can only stay within this chunk. Okay, so where does the water start? Is it from here? Let's see. So it's 1, 2, and 3. So I can't open the fourth wall from that from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I break this? Okay, I can break this one. There we go. So this is, I think, as much as we can open right now. I'll probably remove this pond in the future because I don't really think it's going to be any use to me. The reason we made that pond was for the fish and we don't seem to be getting any. So what's the point, right? And we have run out of space in our AE system. Okay. I'll figure something out about that. Okay, what's next? What's next? Do I want to set up the whole thing for this? I don't know. Let's just set up the water wheels for now. Okay, so what if I set up my water wheels like this? No, it needs to be the other way. Like this. So the water is going to flow from that side to this side, right? Let's break this and see. I can place it over here. Yeah. So I need to make sure there's some blocks over here. Over here. And then if I place the water down, it'll start flowing over the top of the water wheel and go down here. Let's see if that happens. First things first though. I need to block this off. Open this up. And now, I guess I should also put some blocks behind over there. Still have no idea why I'm able to go beyond one block over here, but it is what it is. Yeah, okay, that's working. But it's also taking up all my torches. So, let's break this down so that the water doesn't flow everywhere. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That should do. Yes, that's perfect. Now it's not going to give me 256 stress units, because for that you need to have like multiple different water sources, I think. This is giving me 192. Yeah, elevators can't come here fast enough. I need to get myself some ender pearls as soon as possible. Is there any way of generating ender pearls in the pack? I don't think there's an ender pearl singularity, is there? Nope. Okay, there's a switchling pearl. Crushed endstone can give you an ender pearl. So in the netherite mesh, there's a 2, 3, 4, 5% chance. Okay. And then I guess you can just get some from mob drops and stuff. So once I set up a mob farm, I should be good to go. Alright, so this is doing 192 stress units. Glowstone to endstone. Yeah, once I get an endstone singularity, that'll be easy enough. Okay, so can I get the water flowing in here? I don't think that's working the way I want it to. I need the water to go like this, right? So I'm going to need to remove this and put up some blocks over here. And then I need some water sources flowing from here. Yeah, we should be able to do this. Just need to cover this up. We need a couple more water sources down there. There we go. See, all of these are now 256. So we just needed one water source down there. Okay, so for those of you who didn't realize what changed over here just now, so we had the water sources flowing from the top, right? So they were hitting the top part of this water wheel and the front part, but they were not hitting the water underneath the wheel. So by putting a water source over here, you make the water spread underneath and make these water wheels go faster. So in turn, they generate more stress units. So this should give us a total of 1024 stress units to play around with. Now, how do I want to get these stress units out of here? Guess I could do this. So that'll move the stress in this direction. Right? Then we need to set up the encased fan. I'm just seeing this thing is blowing outwards. Okay, so we need to set up something so we can throw some gravel over here, and we need to make sure it turns into flint and coal. Okay, so I need to get a few more shafts. And what I'm going to just do is, can we set up a depot? Yes, we can. Okay, perfect. Low sand for time. Okay, does this work or does... No, that doesn't work. I think this should work, right? If we set it up like this. For some reason, this seems to be a bit above the depot, so I'm not sure if it's going to work, but let's check. We need more because you only have 5 minutes. Yeah, that's true. Does this work? I just want to know. Oh wait, I need water for this. That's not gonna work. Right. Let's do something else then. How do I do this? I can make a trapdoor. Let's make a couple of trapdoors. Trapdoor. So if I set up a trapdoor on this block, this should work. Now obviously I need to have a block underneath, otherwise the water will flow everywhere. You were about to suggest making dark oak once because chocolate. That is a compelling argument, you know. Okay, so if I do this, that's going to... Oh. Does anyone know the mod which makes this happen? Like closing both of these at once? Because I would like this one to be open and this one to be shut. Is there a way to do that? Hold shift. Ah, there we go, shift. Thank you. Hold sneak. So my sneak is crouch. My sneak is crouch. my sneak is control, not crouch. Sneaking is crouching. The floor is made of floor. Yeah. That sounded so stupid. My sneak is crouch. Yes. Yes, very much so. I use the stones to destroy the stones. Please tell me this is going to work. I would have gotten what you meant. Thank you, thank you. That really makes me feel better about myself. Right, let's hope we can get 4 more nuggets out of these 64 gravel. Come on. Come on, everyone, pray for me. Come on, you got this. You got this, gravel. I just need 4 nuggets. Usually in gaming, crouch equals control. Yeah, I still don't know why Minecraft decided that shift needed to be crouch. It really sometimes annoys me. But there we go. We got 10 iron nuggets. So that is basically iron complete. I'll get up and stretch. Okay, let's get up and stretch. Because we are going to wrap it up over here, I think. Yeah, shift is normally sprint. Okay, let's get up and stretch. Thanks to my wireless headset now, getting up and stretching is much easier because I don't need to worry about the cable of my headset because it used to be connected to the back of my PC. So this is so much easier for me now. I really love it. It's the small things that make me really happy. Alright, let's click this button and let's see who we're going to raid today. Who do we have available to raid? Oh, does anyone want to watch some more Cuboid Outpost? Because that's what we're going to do. Right, everyone, copy the raid message. If you are subscribed, you can copy the second raid message, which will come up shortly. There it is. And today we're going to be raiding Quinlan, who is playing Cuboid Outpost, just like us. So thank you all for joining in. King Zulu, thank you for all the bits today. And McKay, thank you for the resub for 6 months. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining in. It's been a really fun stream. Hopefully we should be getting deeper into create tomorrow. No, I think we are done with create for now because we got the iron nuggets. So we'll be getting into some more singularities tomorrow. Hopefully we can get the iron one up and running. But thank you all for joining in. Always a pleasure having you guys here. And I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, Quinlan has no more outpost. She's built up a wonderful rainbow forest. So let's go and see it. I should be back tomorrow. It'll be about 3 hours before whatever the time is for you now. So hopefully I shall see you guys then. Until then, everyone stay safe and have an amazing rest of your time zone. Bye guys.